are taking a look here at this story, and David Jodoin's with us, President and CTO at Nynja. Nice to see you, David. Thank you very much. So what's going on here? I see several updates. Elon Musk threatens to end his deal. What's going on, and what are your thoughts?
Well, the whole idea behind Elon Musk is mostly interested in Twitter because he wants to control the conversation. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And the reality is, on these platforms, the valuation is dependent upon the number of subscribers you have. So if you have bots or fake accounts, it really devalues the company. So when you look at Twitter, it's a big deal if you're looking at a large majority or a huge percentage of the user base as being fake accounts.
It's interesting because as he threatens to terminate this deal, he's really talking about saying that it's a material breach of Twitter's obligations under the merger agreement here, and that they are not doing what they're supposed to do with these bots. And I'm surprised, people are surprised that Twitter hasn't sued Elon Musk, or that the SEC hasn't stepped in and asked more questions as to why the reporting was 5% or less of spam bots and now it's more. I mean, there just seems to be so many wild cards.
Well, yeah, the issue is whether or not they're actual spam bots or spam accounts that are generated by Twitter itself versus, like the bad actors that are out there who create a million different accounts in order to basically try and influence a conversation. That's the issue. The issue is how does Twitter actually identify how many of those exist? And the reality is the social media companies, like, for instance, Nynja, we police our user community very closely to make sure we don't have those. We have a strict policy that we don't actually control conversations. And we also make sure that the people who are on our platform are actually, we know who they are. So from that standpoint, Twitter really is not doing the homework, and they're not they're doing their housekeeping correctly in determining whether or not the users that they value their company on are actually real users. And that's the biggest issue.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the deal goes through? You could just I know it's a wild guess.
Well, for Twitter's sake, I hope so, because if Elon Musk doesn't buy Twitter, I'm not sure if Twitter has a future after that. I mean, if you just look at the general sentiment of the user community, they're getting tired of Twitter trying to manipulate the user base and what they say. So from that standpoint, I think it could be a platform that people are looking to abandon otherwise.
At $39 and change, is Twitter a buy here? Or a hold sell, or just wait?
I would say at this point, I would take a little bit of a wait and see attitude. 39 seems very attractive, but only if the deal goes through.
And what else are we going to be watching? I mean, what is the timing of all of this?
Well, honestly, I think this is just going to be a long, drawn-out process. I mean, if the deal does break through this one issue and they can overcome that obstacle, I think that you'll start to see more of a fast tracking of the board trying to arrange the company ready for the acquisition. But if it doesn't, this could be tied up for easily a year.
And because Elon believes so freely in free speech, he believes so much in free speech, you don't think he's going to back down so quickly. He wants to make this happen, truly, right?
He does. Yeah. Honestly, I think Elon is, he's the Howard Hughes of our generation, right? So from that standpoint, he might seem eccentric to the majority of the population, but from that standpoint, he has genius thought, and he's got an issue here that is real and it's present in everybody's minds, which is how much of our thought process and our conversations are influenced by bad actors, and he wants to eliminate that. And I think there's nothing but goodness about that.
Thanks so much. David Jodoin, thank you. Nice to see you, President and CTO at Nynja.